So 2 days back, my friend Abhinav and I were sitting at McDonald's, and I was just thinking about what I should be talking about today. And after 10 seconds of solid brainstorming, um, if there's just one thing that I want you guys to take away from this talk, it's to be curious. Now, I know it sounds like a very generic statement, but I feel when you have to build beautiful things, if you're just genuinely curious about things that happen around you can do much more than like an average person, right? And I feel, when you're a kid, you're super curious, right? You ask a lot of questions to your parents. You ask them, how reproduction works. So you might ask them about how, why do you fill petrol in a car? You start ask all kinds of questions, right? But then as you age, um, you start feeling embarrassed to ask questions, right? A lot of times, your teachers might be like, hey, it's common sense. Why do you need an answer to this question? But the problem with common sense is that it's common, right? Everyone thinks the same way. So you can't really do much about it. So how do we become more curious, right? There's just one solution to it, which is to ask stupid questions. Ask questions like, why Bangalore has so much traffic, right? Like genuinely ask this question and you might actually find out the answer. Ask questions like, how much does an Ola driver make? A lot of you would realize that they make much more than you. Ask questions like, what's the resolution of your eye? Maybe it's better than an iPhone. And then ask this question, why do I attend college? Now, this is a dangerous question to ask because I asked this to myself when I was in my second year of college and didn't attend classes for the next 2 years. Now, to put this in perspective, I thought it'll be nice to tell you some stories of my friends. These are people that I know and people that I meet once in a while. Maybe not all of them, but some of them. This is Awais. He's one of my friends from BITS, and he's also an investor in us. And he runs this company called Pixel, right? And these guys launch satellites. Like they launch literal, like full-fledged satellites on SpaceX rockets, right? Now, this is the closest you can get to rocket science. And the thing about Awais is, back at BITS, he dropped out when he was in his final year of degree, and he doesn't really have a formal aerospace degree. All he had was genuine curiosity. He used to read a lot of books, he used to speak to a lot of smart people, and today he runs one of India's largest space tech startups. And recently I was on Twitter and Awais wrote this. Greater than 99% of the folks we talked to at the beginning thought we were crazy that we could build and launch satellites. And this was when he was 20. And today I think he's like 25 and like runs one of the most successful startups in space. This is Dimna. She's one of our interns. She roasts me and calls me Champu in office. I don't know why. But Dimna, so we were having this meetup in Goa for all BlueLearn members, and Dimna was speaking to this guy who was a graduate. He was an engineering graduate. He was working somewhere, and while speaking to him, the guy said, "If I knew what engineering was, if I knew what engineering would look like, I wouldn't have taken it." And that's when Dimna was like, look, a lot of people blindly take degrees. They don't really experience it. So what if I could create this startup where before you choose your chemical engineering or mechanical engineering or aerospace engineering, you can actually feel how the degree looks like and then make a decision. And that's the startup that she runs today. But all of this was possible because she was asking genuine questions and because she was curious about it. This is one of my friends, Vidya. She's also from BITS. And then post BITS, she went to Stanford, and that's where she met her boyfriend, and they later got married. Uh, TMI. But during the entire thing, she realized that she and her boyfriend bonded on humor, right? Like the thing that bonded them was actually humor. So the insight that she got was couples bond on humor. And now she runs this dating app called Smoosh, which is a meme-based dating app where you can swipe left and right on memes, and if the memes match, you guys get matched. These are the Zepto bros, Ardit and Cavalier. And these guys, during COVID, were stuck in Mumbai in their apartments. And a lot of people in their apartment were elderly, right? They were people who couldn't really go to grocery stores. And that's when they realized that, hey, look, a lot of people in my apartment need groceries delivered online. What if I could go to grocery stores, pick up the grocery, and go deliver it at their houses? So they made a WhatsApp group where people would say, hey, I need 1 kg of onion. And these guys would personally go get onions and deliver it to people's houses. And that's how they were able to build Zepto, which is like one of the largest startups today. So the insight that they had was people wanted home delivery of grocery. So that's it, guys. I think there are 3 things that you guys should take away from this talk. One is be curious. And once you're curious, get insights from things that you're questioning and then take action, right? Because if you just have insights, you'll just be able to write a book. But if you take action, you can build beautiful things. And I want each one of you to build beautiful things. Thanks.